90% of traders are using IFVGs wrong. I see tons of people teaching inversions. They're teaching them wrong, they're trading them wrong. So today, I'm gonna give you all the sauce on inversions, all the secrets that I've learned over 7 years of trading. I just took out over $20,000 in payouts with inversions just last month, so I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. But before we get into the video, go right down below and click the link at the top of the description and join the Discord. We give away free futures accounts daily. We have the full model in depth in the Discord, as well as free resources. There's access to me 24/7. I'm always in there answering questions. So before you do anything, click the link right down below at the top of the description and join the academy, and let's get right into it. Before we can master inversion fair value gaps, we need to first deeply understand fair value gaps, right? There's two different versions of gaps. We have fair value gaps and then inversion fair value gaps. For you to master and trade well with inversions, you first need to have that fundamental and deep understanding of fair value gaps. Fair value gaps are a 3-candle formation that forms in price action. It's created with a distinguishable gap between the 3 candles. Basically, when there is an imbalance of sellers or buyers in the market, when there's displacement and energy, price will create these fair value gaps, aka imbalances. These gaps suggest a rapid movement in price, basically where price didn't have enough time to fill all buy or sell orders in the market, leaving behind an imbalance in price action. Essentially, fair value gaps are just imbalances of buyers or sellers. When it comes to the formation of fair value gaps, they are always going to be a 3-candle formation. First candle can be expansion or consolidation. Within this first candle, you can see we have a bearish candle, a bearish consolidation. The second candle is then an extremely bearish expansion candle. We have a large down candle to the downside. And then the third candle is a small tight ranged bullish candle. So when price is energetic, when there's a lot of energy and momentum in the markets, it will leave behind these imbalances, aka fair value gaps. Fair value gaps are also referred to as SIBs and BISs, which is just a different way of saying the same thing, basically. We have a bearish fair value gap, aka a SIB, a sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, and then we have a bullish fair value gap, aka a BISI, a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. When it comes to fair value gaps, they're the Swiss Army knife of PD arrays. They're my favorite PD array for a reason, and that understanding of fair value gaps will unlock your understanding of inversions. The biggest thing that fair value gaps do, in my opinion, is provide bias, right? We understand order flow, we understand price. We can view that through the lens of fair value gaps, but the biggest thing that I use fair value gaps for is bias with internal range and external range liquidity. Bias is just the art of determining the market's likely direction. We're either bearish or bullish bias. So when it comes to bias and draw on liquidity, price is always doing one of two things. It's either seeking liquidity or offering fair value. When price is seeking liquidity, it's seeking external range liquidity. It's seeking that liquidity, that swing point on the outside of the range. And conversely, when price is offering fair value, it's in retracement. It's offering fair value at a fair value gap. IRL is the same thing as saying a fair value gap or an imbalance. And ERL is the same thing as saying a swing point or liquidity pool. Price is always doing one of these two things. It's either offering fair value at IRL or it's seeking liquidity at ERL. This is a fundamental understanding of price. When you understand fair value from the top down, this will unlock your understanding of what inversions will work and how to trade them properly. Next, fair value gaps will provide you a narrative. Once your bias is established, you need to understand how price will deliver towards that draw on liquidity. So once you have a clear draw, in this case to external, we have a bullish bias to external range liquidity. We want to actually figure out how will price deliver towards that external. So based on this diagram, we are retracing into internal range liquidity here. We're trading lower in a retracement phase of price. This would be our narrative area where we're expecting price to actually bounce and respect before continuing higher towards external range liquidity, aka that buy side, our draw that we've dictated earlier. Fair value gaps provide an entry function. So this is why I said they're a Swiss Army knife. They provide us bias and draw, they provide us narrative, and they also provide us an entry function in fair value gaps and inversion fair value gaps. So with everything contextualized from the top down, when you have the draw, the narrative, this is where you actually want to look for your fair value gap or an inversion fair value gap entry using time frame alignment. Now, I will say, full transparency, I am not too rigid about time frame alignment, right? I see a lot of people that go, oh, I'm trading off a 4-hour gap, so now I have to take the 15-minute entry. I am not rigid like that. I will take, a 5-minute entry off the 4-hour. I will even take a 1-minute with proper confirmation off the 4-hour. But this is just a good general rule of thumb for trading. You don't want to over demand confirmation and you don't want to under demand confirmation. You want to see proper confirmation on your setups. Finally, one of the most important things that fair value gaps can help you identify is the market conditions. They give you a very clear distinction of high probability versus low probability price action. High probability price action is when price is in an expansion phase and it's creating fair value gaps. There is the presence of fair value gaps in price action. Price has intention, it's expanding. Low probability price action is when price has a lack of fair value gaps. There's no intention from price. It's generally in a consolidation phase, trading back and forth, and it really doesn't want to do anything. It's not trendy, it's not expansive. It's just very much a consolidation. So now that we fundamentally understand fair value gaps, let's start to get into what inversion fair value gaps are and how they play together with the exact logic I've already shared you. So what we're looking at here is fair value failure, right? Like I said earlier, price is always either seeking liquidity or offering fair value. In this specific diagram here, you're seeing a failure to offer fair value. When price fails to offer fair value, it's giving you a clear indication of a potential shift in price. This is where inversion fair value gaps are created. It will flip over the opposing gap. It will then seek opposing liquidity, right? So we fail to offer fair value. We then proceed to seek opposing liquidity, creating that inversion fair value gap, hinting a shift in sentiment and order flow. So when you understand fundamentally that markets are always either seeking liquidity or offering fair value, you can identify inversions in price, aka failure to offer fair value, and target opposing liquidity. This is why I say when we fail to offer fair value, this is where you see that price signature of an inversion fair value gap. It's internal range liquidity failing, it's price shifting and flipping sentiment to the opposite direction and failing the gap. And this specific signature in price can be used as an extremely effective entry model. This is what you often see people use inversions for. They don't really talk about it from the top down or fundamentally why it works. They just talk about entering on inversions. Now that we've talked a little bit about inversions, I want to talk about the most common mistakes that I see people make with inversions and why 90% of people are using them wrong. The absolute biggest and most common mistake I see people make with IFVGs is trading out of context. It's absolutely critical to trade inversions with the proper context of the higher time frame from the top down. This means working your way from the top down of price action and understanding fair value. And a lot of people are probably rolling their eyes, oh, I already do top down analysis, but not in the way that I'm about to describe to you. You need to understand fair value from the top down, because running top down analysis does not mean just going from the monthly, the weekly, the daily and looking lower. It means understanding deeply what phase of price we're in. Are we in a retracement or expansion phase? Are we seeking internal or external? Is price offering fair value or seeking liquidity? And when you contextualize price from the top down and you understand fair value from the top down, that is how you know which gaps and which inversions actually will hold. Each time frame takes higher precedence than the one after it. What I mean by that is the 15-minute is stronger than the 5. The 1 hour is stronger than the 15. The 4 hour is stronger than the 1 hour. So a good rule of thumb is the higher the time frame, the stronger the magnet. What I mean by that is the higher the time frame, the stronger the draw on liquidity, right? The two internals that we're trying to trade off before we've properly retraced to the weekly gap are lower probability because they're not in context of the higher time frame. They're not in context of what price is offering fair value to on the weekly. When we come down, we offer fair value into the weekly fair value gap. We then are all set. We have the green light to trade higher. Now that the weekly has offered fair value, we can drop into the time frame below that, like the 4 hour and the 1 hour, and play the gaps to the upside, knowing that these will hold. This now creates a high probability fair value gap, and this is exactly where we can look for our inversion entry off of. Another huge thing I see, for whatever reason, inversion traders love to do is go break even too quickly. So a very simple rule of thumb to prevent this from happening is to wait for price to retrace, wait for price to offer fair value, and then trail your stop, then go break even. Wait for price to give you a reason to go break even and trail your stop. You're in the trade, you put the risk on for a reason. There's no reason to, force your stop break even and get the risk off right away. I know we feel mentally like that's relieving, like that's what we want to do. And, I understand that as a trader, but you need to let price show you why you should trail your stop. Let price retrace and then give you a reason to trail. Don't just jam your stop break even. And this is such a simple thing, but it will quietly kill your results, because what you're gonna see is a lot of trades where we just have to retrace slightly. You get taken out break even, and then we run all the way to take profit for 2 hour, 3 hour, whatever it may be. That is a ton of profit that you're leaving on the table over time for such a simple fix. Third and final mistake I see inversion fair value gap traders make is trading in the wrong market conditions. As traders, we can have a very clear draw, a very high conviction, feeling about where price is headed, But if price delivery is bad, if price delivery is choppy, wicky, lethargic, just not ideal, you're at the mercy of price and you will still lose, although you're correct on bias and direction. IFVGs are most effective when price has intention. You simply won't see follow through on the setups when price delivery doesn't have intention, when it's poor, when it's lethargic and consolidating. This is why I tell anyone that learns from me, and if you're in my streams, you always hear me say this, nuances matter, right? Nuances can be the simple thing that makes a setup an A+ high probability banger versus a C setup that goes against you and hits your stop. A very good general rule of thumb for when price has intention is when higher time frame targets are not met, right? You want to have a clear high conviction draw on the higher time frame that we're reaching for, and if that target has not been met yet on the week or the day, you'll generally see intention from price and follow through on your inversions. With that being said, I hope this video helps. These are all the things that I use to have an extremely high win rate with inversions, and if you want to learn directly from me, like I said, go right down below, click the link at the top of the description and join the academy today. Join the Discord, it's completely free. And with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video.